Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1, Esteval with the late winner. I only saw the second half, so maybe you guys can fill me in on what happened in the first. Moises Caicedo with the opener.
Yeah, great goal. Edge of the box, absolutely rifled it. Mamardashvili got a touch to it, but I don't think you're saving that. And it was. I expected Liverpool to win this game. Chelsea have been in terrible form. No Palmer. Their defence is absolutely, falling apart. Players filling in. I just thought Liverpool were going to bounce back. 2 losses in a row. I thought there's no way. I didn't even think they'd draw today, let alone lose. So to go on and see that, and you know what? Credit to Chelsea. I think from what I heard downstairs when we watched the first half, the atmosphere was buzzing. They got behind the team. Caicedo, big performance. Enzo Fernandez, again, big performance. Maybe could have had a goal, hit the post in the second half. When it's going towards the end of that game, it actually only looked like one team was going to win. Yeah, and that was Chelsea. Yeah. And over recent weeks, it's been the other way around. It's been Liverpool. Same in the Palace game. They go 1-1. Yeah. And again, they got a few chances, but I was thinking if a team's going to win this, it's going to be Palace. And then today, Chelsea obviously go on. Nice ball from Cucurella across. Esteval, I thought it might have gone a bit too far. His stretch managed to get it in. Yeah. That's a massive win. We see Enzo Maresca running down the touchline, getting himself sent off. But fair play. We want to see this passion in football. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
He shouldn't be getting sent off for that. You want to celebrate with your team. Chelsea had a lot of injuries. And let's be honest, we'll just run through those teams that started the game. So they had Sanchez, James, Achampong, Badiashile, Cucurella, Gusto Caicedo, Pedro Neto, Enzo, Garnacho, João Pedro. And Liverpool kind of reverted back to what made them champions last season, bar Mamardashvili.
You know what's insane as well? I've just realised this, right? So going towards the end of the game, right, we said that Chelsea were the ones that looked like more scoring, right? So you had the Gittins shot, you had Enzo's header off the post, and then obviously the goal at the end as well. But what's even more insane about that is that by the end of the game, the only centre-back that Chelsea had on the pitch was Gerald Hato, who isn't really even a centre-back anyway. He's more of a left-back, and he's 19 years old. Wow. So Chelsea's defence was stripped, right, by it, because Badiashile came off, and so did Achampong as well. He came off as well. So they had no actual genuine centre-back. So in that scenario, you think, Liverpool going for the title, we really need to go push on for it now. But they created no chances.
Let's just talk about Chelsea quickly, because Chelsea did have so many injuries. We looked at that lineup and we looked at, Achampong and Badiashile, as centre-back partnerships, and that was all they had.
And they both went off.
They both went off. So, I think we have to give credit where it's due to Chelsea for the fact that they were underdogs coming into this. And, they looked, from what I saw in the second half, Chelsea looked like they had the best of most of the opportunities.
Throughout the duration of the game, I don't really know who. I might edge it a little bit more towards Liverpool in terms of being the ones to really try to take the game to Chelsea and actually be the ones to try and win it. But like we said, in the last sort of 10 minutes or so, it was Chelsea who pushed on. Caicedo's goal was just a brilliant strike. I got roasted a few weeks back for giving Caicedo a lot of credit because I think he's really good talent. So I got roasted, and this goal doesn't confirm or deny that those accusations are correct or wrong. Either way,
you got roasted for saying Caicedo's a good player.
No. I said Caicedo has got the talent to go on to become a Premier League great.
Can you say he's the best midfielder in the Premier League?
No, I didn't say that. But I said he's got the potential to, he's got the talent to become a Premier League great, which I still stick by. I think he's, and that strike was an unbelievable strike. You said Mamardashvili got fingertips to it, and maybe Alisson could have saved it. I don't know how much is in that. Either way, it's a brilliant strike. But yeah, towards the end, Esteval as well, causing trouble. Going out.
Matisse has been desperately wanting Esteval to play a big role.
He's a very I think the problem you've got with Esteval is that Cole Palmer, I think, is better coming off the right, and so is Esteval. And when Cole Palmer's fit, Cole Palmer's going to play. Yeah. So it's just trying to figure out how that works. How do you get them both in the team? If you can get them both in the team,
probably shoehorns Palmer in the 10 though.
I think there's a world where they both in the 10.
I think Palmer's okay in the 10, but he's a better player coming.
But that is what he's going to do though, most likely.
Yeah, I think
I like Palmer in the 10. I think Palmer's great in the 10. I play Palmer in the 10, Neto on the right. I put Esteban on the left and put João Pedro.
He is, but if you think about some of Palmer's most impressive performances, like the PSG game, for example, he was starting wide out on the right, cutting in, causing danger. You know
how like Elise drifts with like when he's on the ball. Palmer's got a bit about like that, like getting the ball back to goal and turn. I'm not saying Cole Palmer doesn't have that. I just prefer him when he's got the play in front of him and he can just attack the play. And I just prefer him on the right, and I just think Esteval on the right is really good as well. So I think you've got that issue, but fair play, like I said, to Chelsea.
Yeah, I have to take your hats off to Chelsea today. Cole Palmer, Tosin, Liam Delap, Andre Santos, Levi Colwill, Fofana, Chalobah, all out. And they've gone and beat Liverpool, who a couple of weeks ago, if you'd said that Chelsea were going to beat Liverpool, this version, I know they beat them last season, but they were on the bench, they were on the beach last season. To beat this version, that's a massive, massive win for Chelsea.
Huge.
And a win that they've got to build on. They've got to take this, if they get a few players back, keep that momentum going, they should believe that on their day they can beat anyone now. They can beat this version of Liverpool.
I feel like they've been like that for a while though. They're just a very inconsistent at times side, Chelsea. Like I wouldn't have been too crazily shocked going into this a week ago to say Chelsea could get the upset over Liverpool. Like, of course, Liverpool should be the favourites.
I didn't
league
think
leaders.
Really a chance
after the Palace game as well. Listen, man, Chelsea, I think on their day actually have the ability to play some really good stuff, and they were getting into dangerous areas today. They were getting into dangerous areas a lot in the game. It's just the quality on the final ball was letting them down. They could have had a good 3 goals in that last 15-20 minutes if someone's final touch was correct.
See, I agree
they had
with
so
you.
many times they were breaking into dangerous areas, and they actually have a lot of quality. I think, yes, they have solved some of their issues attacking wise from last year, in my opinion, because you have players that are statistically converting a lot more of their chances than they had last year. The problem is obviously getting it to them. Obviously they've been ravaged with injuries, so it's very hard to tell, which is part of their inconsistency. And I think tactically Maresca has a lot of questions that need to be answered with the squad that he has at his disposal. But the caliber of players they have in there, they have some of the best players in the league. And
I agree with you. I'm just saying, with this injury list, to put in this performance and beat Liverpool, with players coming back, we saw that midfield that ended the game. That midfield on their day is a top midfield. Enzo Caicedo and Lavia. Lavia came on, played really, really well towards the end. They can keep that midfield fit, add Palmer back into that, shore up defensively. They're a good team.
The only thing I will say is that how many times we see Salah running down the right flank with a load of space and just not taking advantage of it. On another day, another team, a player in form does take advantage of those areas that Chelsea do leave behind, which actually is a little bit surprising, because you think with Lavia and Caicedo they wouldn't leave those spaces. But Chelsea's, there are weaknesses there. They pulled one out of the bag today, but I do think Chelsea will kind of see up and down performances as the season goes on.
I agree, and they have got a young side. All right, let's move on. Let's stay with the title race then. Let's look ahead. Let's look back. So let's just talk about Chelsea quickly, because Chelsea did have so many injuries. We looked at that lineup and we looked at Acheampong and Badiashile, as centre back partnerships, and that was all they had.
And they both went off.
They both went off. So I think we have to give credit where it's due to Chelsea, for the fact that they were underdogs coming into this, and they looked, from what I saw in the second half, Chelsea looked like they had the best of most of the opportunities.
Throughout the duration of the game,